Okay, we are live. All right, welcome back, y'all. You may have just seen my little video just a second ago when I was getting started, but then I decided to go over to my main profile at I am Dil Divine to remind folks to come to Abundant Insights so they can catch the reading as well as the replay. So thank you for bearing with me. You know, social media, we're all learning and growing through it, and I'm sure I'm breaking some rules here, but quite frankly, I'm choosing my highest joy and what comes natural to me, and fuck it, right? I mean, either way, those who are meant to receive this transmission shall do so in divine timing. This is a timeless transmission, and I thank you all for being here. As a reminder, I am Dil Divine, Soul Embodiment Coach, Oracle and Energy Calibrator, the founder of Abundant Insights, a spiritual wellness initiative to help you achieve new levels of abundance, freedom, joy, and unconditional love in your life. So, with that, I don't want to waste too much time. Well, actually, I don't want to waste any time. I want to appreciate all time. So I'm going to get into a little bit of, we're going to do some deep nourishing breaths. I'm going to do the opening prayer and invocation that I always do. I'm going to spend a couple more minutes in this though, because since it is Samhain, Halloween, I really want to honor and call in our ancestors effectively and affectionately with true reverence, high honor. And I'm going to do a little bit of, I'll do a little bit of a visualization to kind of set us up with a framework and a context for this. I won't spend too long in it because then we're going to transition into the card reading. But let's treat the card reading almost as if it could be a part of the visualization, if you will, the overall experience. And then we're going to transition back into the visualization to close out, to seal in all the wisdom, clarity, and downloads that come through. All right? So long as you are not operating a vehicle, you are not operating heavy machinery, doing anything that requires the utmost focus, or it could be hazardous, right? I want to invite you to just start taking some nourishing breaths at your own pace. If you are able and comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes, feeling yourself settling more and more into the breath. Allowing it to be truly comfortable, truly nourishing. Imagine breathing into, deep down into the belly, and then as you exhale, feeling it rise up and out of the chest. So inhaling deep. Exhaling up. And just play with that breath, no judgment on the depth, no forcing. You're simply arriving here in this now, in this container together, appreciating the moment, appreciating the breath of life. Start us off with calling in some intentional energy that's going to really serve us throughout our time together. I first want to invite in the seventh ray of healing, the violet flame of transmutation, compassion, and forgiveness. A ray of high alchemy. So I want to invite you with each inhale to just imagine this violet ray streaming down from above you in the cosmos, the heavens above, beaming down to and through you, running all the way through your body, through your feet, connecting with the core of the earth, the heart of Mother Earth Gaia, through your roots. And just spend a couple breath cycles with this energy and this ray, feeling your cells become activated, aligned and calibrated with this very powerful yet incredibly compassionate and gentle ray of healing. This ray brings with it the powers and the abilities of divine forgiveness. The ability to really focus and connect with the wisdom of the soul and wisdom of the divine, so that we can let go and release of even the densest of situations, the heaviest of karma. Transmuting it all through compassion and unconditional love. And I want to invite you with every exhale while you're in this breath cycle to release anything that does not serve you, anything that you either seek forgiveness for, anything that maybe you would like to forgive someone else for, or a situation for, maybe something that's been stuck, caught in your vibration that you need divine assistance and guidance for deep transmutation and release. Call in your guides to bless you with this grace, compassion, and forgiveness. Doing so for your freedom, for your liberation, for your lightness, for the raising and heightening of your vibration. And don't worry if there's nothing specific coming to mind. You could just set the intention for your guides to help with areas of life that require deep transmutation, alchemy, and forgiveness that maybe isn't coming to your conscious mind in this moment. Surrendering it all to them, trusting that they operate in the highest good and respect of your sovereignty and freedom to help you release and transmute what no longer serves. I want to call your attention to starting to send this ray, really connecting with your roots, charging your roots with this violet ray and flame of healing. Imagine your roots as they channel all the way down, connecting with the vines of the chakra, the heart of the earth, of Mother Earth Gaia. You also feel that these cords, these roots, these connections are shared with your ancestors as well, with your elders. I want to invite you to take a few breath cycles to share this beautiful violet ray with your ancestors and elders, sharing this deep transmutational alchemical energy across all time and space, helping to heal and transmute density affecting your bloodline and your lineage and your family, so not just blood but all conceptions of your family, all connections and ties. Extending compassion to your ancestors, to your elders, to your family across all time and space, allowing the divine to bring softness, space clearing and making, heightening of the vibration wherever and whenever it is needed, be it in alignment with divine will and respect of your free will. For those of you who may resonate with breaking general curses or changing generational patterns, bringing in a new age and paradigm, transmuting the energy of your family, of your ancestors, of your lineage, above and below, within and without, across all time, space, and societies, for the better. I invite you to take a few moments to enjoy this breath and just imagine directing this energy in any way you see fit to visualize, to love, give reverence, healing, compassion, and forgiveness to your ancestors at this time. roots to your core, from the depths of your body, your feet. And exhaling up, releasing what no longer serves, raising the vibration of your ancestral line. And I also invite you to share this energy not only backwards in time, but also forwards. We started with the present moment, focusing on you, and that is still running. You've shared this with your ancestors and those who have come before you and are still with you now, albeit in other realms and dimensions. And I also invite you to share this compassion, this transmutation, this alchemy, this forgiveness, this divine holy ray with future generations. Yes, Spirit has been bringing in a theme of legacy over the past few days, as represented through the avatar and ascended master King Solomon that comes to mind in this moment. When I want to invite you to tap into your own truth, your own possibility and potentiality of being a grand ancestor and elder. As you think about your legacy, think about your impact and how you want to affect for the better future generations, how you want to contribute to raising the vibration, extending abundance, unconditional love, compassion, grace, and joy unto those who come after you. As you think about this legacy and this impact for those who come after you, this new age, those who are part of your lineage, however you define and connect lineage, bless them with the seventh ray of transmutation. Gift them with this alchemy. Help unburden them from any intergenerational baggage, trauma, curses, cords, densities, energies, entities, vibrations, pacts that no longer serve. Imagine protecting them, shielding them from that, as well as helping in this now moment through your powerful intention to cut the cords that do not serve. Archangel Michael, please lend me your assistance. Lend the collective your assistance. Please shield and protect us. Please help to cut these cords, cancel, clear, and delete any contracts, pacts, agreements, terms and conditions that no longer serve, that threaten the sovereignty of that who is tuning into this transmission in addition to their lineage, to their family, to their ancestors. May they be blessed up, protected, and liberated across all time and space, be it in alignment with divine will and respect of free will. Please lend them your strength, courage, and the sword of truth and justice, raising their vibration to the incredible power of compassion and divine compassion and forgiveness, courtesy of the violet ray, the seventh flame of healing. Continue just breathing in deeply, feeling the bounty and the high vibration, transmutational, calibrating energies of the violet ray and flame. And when I'm referencing transmutation, I mean converting, if you will, energy, converting it through your powerful intention into and through unconditional love in alignment with your soul-driven intentions, with the intentions of the highest and greatest good. You're transmuting all those energies, those densities, those entities, those pacts, contracts, all those things that I mentioned to be released. That's what you're transmuting to and through this violet ray and flame, your pure intent and unconditional love and pure source energy. You're taking energy that may be stuck or may be vibrating at a lower vibration, that which does not serve, that which seeks to hold you and your ancestral line back from embracing their fullest freedom, soul's authentic truth and expression. to invite us to take a few moments to send and imagine really using the 7th ray of transmutation and release to focus upon the throat chakra. Imagine with every inhale, inhaling deeply into your throat chakra, this high vibrational violet ray of energy. And with every exhale, imagine from the front and back, really all directions, releasing this energy almost as if it is a violet flame pushing out of you, truly signifying the purification, activation, and balancing of this chakra. And may this healing occur across all time and space. May this calibration occur across all time and space, connecting with the ancestors, aligning for divine truth, for stuck words, swallowed words, pushed down, suppressed emotions, feelings, thoughts, perspectives, experiences. May the truth be liberated, sovereign, and free across your ancestral line, in addition to you now in this present moment. You are sovereign, you are divine, you are worthy to speak the truth, your ancestral truth, your familial truth, your lineage's truth, your destiny's truth. To speak it fully, boldly, exuberantly, as well as with divine compassion and forgiveness, divine forgiveness. Doing so not only for the greatest good and honoring the divine within the souls of others, but also for honoring the soul, the compassionate, forgiving, immaculate soul that is yours. Allowing you to continue raising up in your ascension, allowing your words, your verb to be calibrated in higher and greater alignment with the divine, with spirit, with your highest self, with your soul. Ooh, wow. Keep breathing deeply. If you feel called to have a sip of your water or tea right now, I invite you to do so. There's some deep transmutation and alchemy going on. It feels so gentle and pleasant, but I can feel it in my throat chakra. Channeling. Okay, Archangel Michael, please be my anchor. High self, Dil Divine masculine. Please be my anchor. Lord Anubis, Anpu, lend me strength. Alright. So, we're going to keep this energy ray going. But I'm going to pull some cards to receive some wisdom from our ancestors and from our guides. So I'm just going to do a few shuffles, even though I did some shuffles earlier. But the first deck I'm going to be using is an oracle deck, the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. I'll show the booklet picture in a moment. Yes, this is a very powerful time to really just enjoy connecting with your ancestral wisdom, support, to leverage all of that unconditional love and energy, as well as to wish your ancestors well. And for any that may be stuck in some kind of transition phase, whether in part or in whole, you can use this time, as well as the 7th ray of healing paired with your pure, unconditionally loving and compassionate intent, to help liberate all of the souls of your family, of your lineage, of your ancestors across all time and space, helping them transcend to higher planes and dimensions of true harmony and peace, as well as returning unto source, returning unto their pureness and their wholeness. And every now and again, as you connect with the deep breath, can you send that loving breath and nourishment through your feet, through your roots, to your ancestors, in addition to Mother Earth Gaia and her heart chakra below. them first. Put that one to the side because clearly they want to be a special guide or message. I did that last spread where I'm going to have the bottom of the deck be the first card and the one I pull being an end point and seeing how the narrative is unfolding. I feel like working bottoms up today. There's something about that energy coming through again. So please bear with me with that. Bottom of the deck for the Ancestors and Angels row. Shuffle the tarot cards, so it's going to help expand upon the narrative in between. But bottom of the deck, we have Shaolin Master. Get into this with that beautiful grasshopper balanced. Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. And we see in the background that beautiful dragon floating above the right fist of the Shaolin monk, the Shaolin master, is a yin-yang symbol and golden energy, the balance of the divine feminine and masculine. Be graceful in movement and action. The Shaolin master is representing a level of stillness and contained, balanced power. He has the stillness, so still and so peaceful and so stable that the grasshopper was able to land on the hand with ease and felt comfortable, and safe enough to do so. So this also represents the Shaolin master's vibration is on point. But the grasshopper is there perched in peace, and he's balancing this yin-yang or yin-yang symbol, just knowing how to balance being in a passive mode but then going active when needed to strike, knowing when to channel and direct that dragon force and dragon energy and launch and burst forward when the moment and the action calls for it. So with this be graceful in movement and action, we'll see what the tarot spread expands upon it, but right now your ancestors are coming in and inviting you and assisting you with balance. And I also believe because of the way this holiday energy is coming through, they're offering it with you, and by doing so, you're also responding to their request for the balance. It's like they want to be in this process with you. It's like the more you balance the energy, and especially with this holiday, the more you balance the energy and balance the karma. That was a download that definitely was coming through. Yeah, I think I even channeled that when I was doing the healing earlier. Oh, Spirit. Archangel Gabriel, please calibrate and protect my throat chakra and allow me to express. Oh yes, okay. I already got into shuffling. We're already safe. We called in some guides during that, but I'm going to do a special prayer of the moment, as well as to ground and center. So I just invite you to take some nourishing breaths. Allow the Shaolin Master to be at your side if you feel comfortable with it. While I do a prayer and invocation to really help supercharge, protect, and seal this container to the next level. Even though Archangel Michael and our highest selves have already been here holding us down with the violet flame. Dear ancestors, angels, archangels, guardian angels, deities, gods, goddesses, Neteru, ascended masters, Atlanteans, Lemurians, Lyrans, Minticons, Pleiadians, Syrians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Starseed allies, family and lineage, dear sacred power animals, Mayan oracles, dragons, fairies, mermaids, unicorns, Aligiri. Beloved inner child and adolescent, highest self, superior self, Dil Divine, Dil Divine, Dil Divine. Dearest celestial divine soul, spiritual beings, family and tribe of the highest vibration and purest intentions, spiritual guides, team, and ancestors of all of those present, all of those tuning in across all time and space, receiving this transmission, I call upon you all now to please cleanse and purify, center and ground, shield and protect us to and through unconditional love, light, and pure source energy. Please activate and calibrate us to the highest available vibrations and frequencies at this time. Be in alignment with divine will and respect of free will. The violet ray and flame of transmutation, please watch over us through divine compassion and forgiveness. The Ascended Master Saint Germain, Lady Portia, Lady Faith, Lady Amethyst, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Michael, please lend us your protection and intercession. Archangel Azrael, please assist us in calling upon and anchoring in peace and harmony, not only for ourselves, but for our ancestors, for our loved ones, for our passed on elders, family, and tribe. With the assistance of the violet ray of transmutation, in addition to the 6th ray of resurrection and harmony, and the 3rd ray of unconditional cosmic love, may our ancestors, our family, our lineage, our loved ones, our connection, past, present, and future, truly be blessed up, gifted unto peace, balanced into harmony, calibrated to and through the purity and unconditional love of Source. Please allow me to continue being a pure and unbiased channel in service to divine will and respect of free will. Please allow me to deliver authentic messages, healing wisdom, calibrating medicine, and attunement and alignment. Please allow this to be as joyous as possible, while holding space for all emotions in their fullness, in their truth, and in their rawness. Please keep me level and stable for this reading. Please balance and protect my throat chakra. And please help lend me your management and intercession with any and all ancestral and passed on loved one energies that may be coming throughout this session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A woman, a femme, a man, a ho, ashe, namaste. Ilahi nuad, ilahi nuad, ilahi nuad. Golden angelic ray of light. Please seal, open, and sustain this container with our holy guides and ancestors. Thank you. Whew. There are some ancestors and some loved ones, like whenever I really feel the breath becoming much more slowed down and like constricted, it lets me know there's a lot of spiritual energy and spiritual pressure around. Spiritual pressure reminds me of Bleach, the anime. So if at any point during this reading you start to feel any tightness, any overwhelm, I invite you to slow down and take a deep, nourishing breath. Tune in, check in, ground. Go as slow as you need to and as you want to. And if you ever need to take a break, use your sovereign power to do so. It's all about coming into this graceful movement and action. Thank you, Shaolin Master. As well as I love the fact that there is that orange, wearing an orange gi or an orange clothing, you know what I mean? Outfit, if you will. I don't know the proper title for it, but at the end of the day, an outfit, right? With the highest reference. It's orange, and I'm automatically called. How funny is it with Halloween and Samhain as a holiday, right? But also called to it for the sacral chakra, which really is an intuitive center of ours. Associated with the water element and with our creativity, our ability to flow, our ability to release emotions, to be balanced with them and with their expression, but releasing stagnant emotions and energies that no longer serve. It's about knowing when to have active flow versus more passive flow. You know what I mean? Like still waters run deep, but however there's still enough flow to ensure that the water does not become like stale or stagnant, mucky or yucky, right? So if you're feeling anything in that area at this time, I encourage you and I invite you to direct the violet ray and flame to your sacral chakra in this moment. Typically a couple fingertips beneath the belly button, beneath the navel. And if you're not certain, you can just give it to your guides, ask them for assistance in directing this energy and ray. Feels natural at this time, I encourage you to really just take those deep releasing breaths, really push it away, releasing what does not serve. That feels good. All right, let's get these tarot cards on the table. Thank you all so much for bearing with me. However, I felt really guided by spirit to remain in this period of energy calibration and not rush it. There's a lot of calibration being done across time and space with this, and they're really, I feel like they're helping to keep this container as stable and manageable as possible, because there's a lot of emotions and perhaps hidden or unexpressed or underexpressed truths that want to come up and out during this reading. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start with this. So I'm going to take a look at what was the pop-out card from the angels and ancestors. Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. And here we see she has a shield and a sword. She looks firmly rooted in place. She's giving me a lot of confidence, a lot of grounding, a lot of strength. She seems aware and alert, confident, sharp. Not sharp in a rude way or like, an off-putting way. It's just like, don't fuck with her. Don't underestimate her. Oh, that felt really, really strong. Your ancestors are like, don't underestimate her, don't underestimate us, and don't sleep on yourself. I feel like this is already playing so well off the Shaolin Master, because that Shaolin Master was also in that energy of like, when I don't want to say waiting in the sense of being like stagnant or stasis or stuck as if things aren't changing or moving forward. It's more about this deliberate, intentional, and powerful stillness and balance of masculine and feminine energies, right? The Shield Maiden is coming in, I believe, both as an ally and an invitation to call in and allow your ancestors to help with protecting you and your initiatives, your plans, your ventures. And I feel like she is a brilliant warrior. She's a confident warrior. Like, even if she's more frontline, even though I don't feel like she's just like a fresh recruit, I feel like she is, I'm getting a couple messages. I feel as though the ancestors are kind of representing the shield and the sword, and they're your protection. And they're inviting you to invite them more into your life, to protect you, to fight your battles. Surrender more of your struggles to your ancestors. Bring in the wisdom and let them guide you and protect you and help you rise above things that do not serve you. So you only utilize your energy and your focus, your attention and intention when and where it serves you. Part of me for needing to take really deep breaths today, but I can feel if I don't, like, the downloads are going to come in faster and really constrict my throat, like, because the ancestors are really just like chomping at the bit. So Spirit is inviting you to let them fight your battles, and they want to protect you and shield you while you do, like, I'm getting a sense of an invitation of your homework is to make your plan and focus right now. This warrior, she's calling for you to develop and honor strategy, deploy wisdom. It's building off of the being graceful in movement and action, right? As the Shaolin master. It's like carry yourself with peace. Honor your higher integrity, the honor of your soul, and only engage in battles if and when absolutely necessary, and when your soul and your spirit, your ancestors and your guides tell you, and they guide you when to strike, and they will show you how to strike. The Shaolin Master has the power of the dragon within and around them, but they're not actively deploying it. They're being more of a graceful grasshopper right now. That is the energy that they're giving off. So they're saying being graceful with it. The Shield Maiden, she's here to protect you and say, yes, you already embody this sacred warrior energy. You have it around you, but let us fight your battles and protect you. We need you, and we're inviting you to work on your plan, to focus on what's calling you. What is your soul mission? What does your healing require? Where are you being invited to calibrate, restore, and rejuvenate yourself before the next bigger lesson, transition, trial, or battle comes up or comes through? And also, if you can rise above and keep your vibration high, will you even need to engage in any of these battles? Or can your spirit really handle most of them and you just continue going with the flow, honoring your higher calling, purpose, and dimension? And welcome, love. I'm about to just flip over the tarot cards. So, we had the Shaolin Master as the bottom of the deck that's kind of directing this row, which we're going to get into with the tarot, and we're going to see which card the angels and ancestors are inviting us to arrive at or to land at through this progression of interpretation. The Shield Maiden being an overarching theme and energy at the top. I'm also, the ancestors, I feel like they really want to be a part of your plans. Thank you. Okay, I just got the hit. King Solomon came through and hit, building off of what he was talking about earlier, you know, today as well as yesterday. Legacy, legacy, legacy. This energy of legacy is coming through, and it's like, yes, allow your plans, here's what I'm getting. Allow your plans to be around the baby steps and the things you can foresee. Like in the more near future, like what you can actually plan out or do. Like, I want to invite you to infuse this process with joy. Oh, Spirit, please let me speak. Infuse this process with joy. Don't only do this from a place of seriousness or struggle. Allow your plans to include play, and understand that your play and your joy and your diligence with your plans can still create and lead to serious impact. And seriousness does not need to be divorced from joy. We can be serious as in the sense of we can be intentional, of high intelligence and brilliance and reverence with our deeds, with our action, with our focus. And we can also be joyous and playful and sweet and tender. Bring that into your planning process. Ooh, pardon me. Just breathing deep so I can get through this. Spirit is doing the most. And just so you know, love, I have been calling in throughout this reading in this container. It's the violet ray and flame, the seventh ray of healing, compassion, transmutation, and divine forgiveness. High alchemy ray, high vibrational ray. So if you want, I invite you, if it resonates, to just breathe in this violet ray and flame of transmutation to help you just ground in, help just assisting with connecting across time and space with us in this container, in this now moment. Blessing you up with divine compassion, high alchemy and transmutation, divine forgiveness. But yes, honor your plans and your baby steps. And then with King Solomon, with legacy, is keep the vision in mind, like have that longer, I want to say longer term, yes. Think about being your own, I said this earlier in the session, being your own ancestor now, being your own elder now. Start living as if, and I'm not saying like age yourself up like, oh, what is the word I want to say? Like by fucking force or something, you know what I mean? It's like, no, don't force it. Don't fake the funk. Don't be like some kind of fraud that's just trying to like, you know how it is sometimes when little kids are trying to come off as older and it's like inauthentic and it's a force, like it comes from a well-meaning place. Spirit doesn't want you playing pretend because you already are your divine ancestor and you can connect with this wisdom across all time and space because your highest self contains that wisdom, that ability, and that truth. So allow yourself to anchor in the most relevant downloads and wisdom, receive them, and take the baby steps that you need to or you're being guided and invited to in this present moment that is setting you up. That by basically embodying your authentic soul to the fullest in this now moment, you're already building yourself up as the ancestor worth learning from, the ancestor who's provided the wisdom, the ancestor who's done the transmutation and healing, the ancestor with the experience, with the wisdom, with the generosity. And just carry yourself like a living prayer and a living servant to your highest service. Set the intention of not only wanting to improve your present situation, your present life, the people around you just in the present, but allow yourself to daydream and visualize longer-term impacts, longer-term blessings, longer-term paradigm shifts, and raising up the vibration for your loved ones, for yourself, for your ancestral line, for your lineage, for generations, for this new age. Legacy. Embody your legacy. One of my favorite songs, one of my key songs that I live by, one of my theme songs is I Was Here by Beyonce. And I can't sing because I'm so out of breath with spirit. Just like, feels like a motherfucking Dyson up in here. But, in that song, Beyonce sings, I was here, and she's like, I want to leave my footprints on the sands of time to know that I meant something in somebody's life. Live with that intention, live with that spirit of service, live with that unconditionally loving presence, the ability to think beyond you, the ability to co-create beyond instant gratification, and trust and surrender that the instant gratification, the blessings and the manifestations are soon come, they're flowing in. Don't allow your present reality to cut you off from the abundance, the beauty, and the reality of your dreams, of your visions, of your ideas, of your divine inspirations and co-creations. King Solomon had to learn how to connect with all of these divine energies and balance the divine masculine and feminine to bring that balance, like I'm coming back to the yin-yang, that golden ball right there. That reminds me of the ball that can be seen in the Emperor's Hand, which came out this weekend. The Emperor card of the Major Arcana of the Tarot, card number 4. Has this golden globe essentially in his hand, and that represents wealth, abundance, resources, and power, like the ability to make things manifest. It's a high alchemy symbol. Because we can think about alchemy when it was defined in 3D terms, or not exclusively, but you know what I mean, like on earthly terms, it was like, turning lead into gold, i.e. transmuting the densest of materials into something highly valuable and of a higher vibration. King Solomon learned how to leverage these principles, studied alchemy, connected with his guides and the angels and the divine, and learned how to construct a divine city and to bring higher harmony and peace amongst various peoples and lands. Do not doubt your ability to do that. Do not sleep on your alchemy. That's why we're especially working with this 7th ray, I feel like, with the ancestors across all time and space. It's like anchor in these light codes, anchor in these downloads, these expansions, these activations, these purifications. It's like you're transmuting things across all time and space, like past, present, and future, so that you can bring in. That's why King Solomon is so fucking present. Thank you, Spirit. King Solomon is so present across time and space. Like, coming to help us erect these cities, and it's not specifically a city, but just go with me on this, like constructing these beautiful divine temples, towns, civilizations, communities, societies, building up the tribe, serving the tribe. I was talking earlier about assembling our high council. Study your alchemy, connect with your ancestors, tap into the gifts and higher wisdom, whatever your spiritual guides and traditions that resonate with you. They're gifting you with such amazing information. That's the invitation. They want to help you plan. It's like, I'm getting the sense, it's like as you focus on the plans, the things that you can foresee, like get into this space. That's why I was guided to say, yes, make your planning process joyous. Play music, play healing frequencies, binaural beats, I don't care, but like bring in the play. Create the space for spirit to flow in easily. Light candles, light incense, have running water, a fountain, I don't know, something. Make the space sacred, the container sacred. Because as you start to see what, let's just say, just for the purpose of this, just say your regular mental body is coming up with all these ideas or tasks, whatever you can get out most naturally, maybe on the most like human level, which is sacred in and of itself. Let's not hate on ourselves. Let's not slay ourselves. Our egos are great informants. It's about balancing them and helping them to come to calibration, but they're amazing teachers and guides. And they also give us plenty of opportunities to honor our higher sovereignty or not. So we need to honor our ego and our mind and our mental body. Spirit. But also as you start writing, journaling, planning, and plotting, open the channel, open the doors for your ancestors and your higher alchemy and wisdom to come in, and you're going to see that it's going to reveal itself, it's going to unfold. You're going to start to get intuitive nudges, deeper hits. Your ideas are going to expand and unfold miraculously before your eyes. This may even play out in some of like divine synchronistic conversations with others as well. But honor your truth and your plan and your soul mission first and foremost. Do not become derailed. Do not latch on to someone else. Do not become distracted by something or someone else. Honor your truth and your ancestors and your line, your lineage. Know when to strike, know when to move. All right, let's get the tarot up so I can hopefully, let me get talking more. This card is out again this weekend. 9 and 9. Okay. We have 2 9s and a 3. First card out of the tarot, we have 9, the Hermit. I believe the Hermit came out 2 days ago in a general collective reading. Perfect card for Samhain, perfect card for Halloween, perfect card for these energies, being in the darkness, in the void space, going within, possibly facing some shadows, integrating some shadows, doing the shadow work, both for ourselves as well as really for our ancestral line as well. Deep breath, violet flame. Channel the light, bring in the light, call in the light in the darkness. You have this. You are this high alchemist. The download came through 2 days ago, I was sharing. It's like the Hermit is also an older wizard, okay? An experienced magi, an experienced alchemist, one who really absorbs the wisdom, reflects, goes inward, studies, ventures deeper into the void, knowing that when they reconnect with that light vibrantly, and really when I say reconnect, it's not even just reconnect, when they reignite, when they spark it themselves, when they bring the light through transmutation into the darkness, that is when they start to rise up again and come out into the world anew, ready for the next season, the next cycle. Nines represent karmic completions for me, things coming to an end, a close. So much energy of late has been talking about being in this transitional phase and state, or feeling that way energetically, not in the sense that we're supposed to be waiting or not moving, but just like really reflecting, resting and rejuvenated as we're guided, taking baby steps, but not overdoing it and not forcing it, because there's a lot of uncertainty, darkness, lack of clarity maybe that we've been dealing with right now, where it's like we can feel certain nudges, but we're not sure which way to go. We may be feeling less confident, a little bit more insecure, like uncertain, doubtful, wondering about our power, maybe licking our wounds, because we also have another 9. We have the 9 of Wands. Defenses up, maybe some boundaries up, possibly some harsh barriers depending on the energy that you're in or what you resonate with, but really protecting oneself. It's so interesting because we have the Hermit and then we have this character, and both of them are holding onto that wand and that staff and leaning onto it. It's like, I'm getting called to that. It's like your spirit, I feel like for some of y'all, because we had the wand suit and then it was the Hermit right before, is like, maybe feeling energetically and spiritually tired, maybe doing some very deep transmutation, some very deep calibration, some very deep healing, some deep shadow work, some deep reflection, like, oh my God, breathe deep. It is just like, whew, it is like the soul, your soul's truth, across time and space, is requesting like this deep, nourishing breath, this reconnection with life force, because it has just been, like this one can say undecided, needs to take a step out of the situation, then you will see clearly. I think it's like the latter too, need to take a step out of the situation, then you will see more clearly. It's like right in the center, it's like, you know this, your soul knows this, the soul knows that you have been experiencing this deeper kinds of tiredness. It's probably manifesting / has manifested across all aspects. Oh, let me speak, Spirit. Across all aspects of your being, all aspects of your reality, of your truth, and it's just like tired, feeling this deep exhaustion. And I'm not saying that there's a lack of gratitude, I'm not saying that there's a complete loss of faith or loss of truth, but it's like, fuck, the darkness is deep. Some of the shit has been cold, like that bitter cold that makes it hard to breathe, like sharp air, sharp breaths. It's almost like that sharp breath, and you're like doing this healing, and it's like trying to get this breath and this healing, like these energy rays to come into this chest space and cavity into just like, Spirit, please burst it open, cleanse and clear it. Offering expansion. Ooh. Pardon me, like, really called to deep, like energetic, like almost shamanic breaths right there, cleansing, clearing breaths. Fuck out of here. Density, vibration, things that do not serve, things that are blocking, things that are holding back, get the fuck out. This is how I work with Spirit sometimes. What the fuck? Whew. Okay. I invite you to use that violet flame, that deep breath, push out, breathe deep, cleanse, clear, click, clack, snap, whatever you gotta do, clap hands. Take that shield maiden sword, cut that bitch out. Cut that energy out, like bop them on the head with that shield, flick it away. Getting rid of this density. Fuck this, whatever this is. This density, I rebuke, I reject you, I renounce you, and I transmute and release you to and through unconditional love. May the violet ray and flame of energy transmute and release this energy, these entities, these lower vibrations, these clogs, these blockages. I thank you, I ask for the downloads and integration of your wisdom, the receipt of this guidance for my highest and greatest good, transmuted to and through unconditional love. Feel the transmutation and alchemy. of high divine forgiveness and compassion, the seventh ray of the violet flame. I honor you and I thank you, and I release you. I don't know what the... that was some shit. But I'm so glad we took that breath, y'all. Like, I've never really done something like that, but hope you're rocking with it and you don't mind. There was this heaviness that really did not serve, this heaviness that was really blocking. It's like we can acknowledge and hold space for the tiredness and the need to rest and rejuvenate, but I felt like some shit was just really trying to keep it heavier than need be, like slowing it down. Like I said, like, yeah, I was channeling like blocks, restrictions, obstacles. No. Transmute. Even if you need to use that wand to stabilize yourself, to stand, to hold yourself up, do it, but like call in, let that rod be a lightning rod to receive that violet ray and flame of transmutation. Charge it up, feel it, let it ground you, let it rejuvenate you. Remember your power. You're taking a step back so that you're preparing to take your next leap and jump forward to and through faith, honoring and following through with your soul's purpose and wisdom and guidance. You are leveling up this 9, this karmic completion. Yeah, that's when you started to fuck up my breath, right? It's with the karmic completion. It's like you're coming to the close of this cycle. It's like, it's wrapping up right now. So release what no longer serves, review everything, absorb the wisdom. That's what we did when we just did that transmutation with the violet ray and flame. Absorb what serves you, take what will help you propel to the next level, and let go of everything to and through unconditional love, light, divine forgiveness, and compassion. Transmute and release it. Bless it up across all time and space. Return it back to all senders from whence it came with that unconditional love, light, and compassion. Because you are moving into a better period, a period of magic and collaboration and cooperation. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Lucky number. Even though we normally don't say make a wish with 3 of Pentacles, I'm also getting this into, if not make a wish, once again, like with that visualization, the importance of visualizing what you want. I think I even said before we pulled this card, talking about connections and collaboration. This says improvements underway, but delays around it. Renown, glory, place of worship. I also associate this with collaboration and teamwork. The improvements underway, but delays around it. Place of worship. Now, for some of y'all, this is an invitation to go and connect with however you define your sacred space. And that could be your bed. That could be your own private altar. That could be your shower. That could be your bathroom. That could be your kitchen, wherever it is. But honor and recharge in your sacred space and continue honoring your ancestors, your highest self, your soul, and your truth. Essentially, when I'm getting the message of place of worship, it's not just really restricted to a physical location. It's about the energetic state of being and walking in faith. It's like, hold your faith right now. Do not give up. The light is coming. It's about to get much brighter. You're in this transmutational phase, this karmic completion, this ending, this wrapping up of this cycle. The change is coming. So right now it's like, rest and rejuvenate and protect yourself. But don't cut yourself off from shit, right? Like, I'm not saying block your blessings. Nourish your soul, honor your soul's calling. Really take it easy and gentle with your soul, but also understand your soul is still going to give you nudges and inspiration for aligned action, inspired action, things to do, baby steps to take. So do so. Keep walking and moving forward in your faith. Understand that, yes, there are times, of course, rest, sleep, nap, meditate, pray, go for a nice walk, take a nice soak, go for a nice swim, like whatever. Rejuvenate. You have to stay in the flow of life and positivity and abundance so that it can reach you, my love, so that it can continue coming through. The improvements are underway, but you've got to hold the faith. You don't want to keep yourself in this disempowered victim mode or stasis. Not to assume that anyone is who's watching this, but this is just something to be mindful of. It's like, don't get put into a victim state. It's not the time. And the devils and the demons, the insecurities, the inner saboteurs, they're going to tempt the fuck out of you right now because they know you're closing this cycle. They can sense that you're breaking free. And they also know that, especially with everything that's being done and channeled in today's session and intention, it's healing across ancestral lines. You're breaking pacts. You're doing intergenerational uplift. You're breaking curses. This is big level rejuvenation and switch. Paradigm shift, leveling up across time and space and lifetimes and generations. That's why they're trying to block it. Is don't let them block your blessings, and don't let them make you play into victim and play it small and give up or quit before you get to the other side. It's like, don't let them fuck you up. Don't let them knock you off your path, and understand that a traveler, a journeyer, they make progress. They do also take days, obviously, and nights off to sleep and recover. Some periods of time, they take steps every single day. Other periods of time, their ankle may feel a little bit fucked up and they have to rest for 3 days, keeping it iced up and elevated. But they're still visualizing and being excited about their journey. They're doing their best. Like, you have the choice to either stay in victim mentality where you like moan and groan for the 3 days and get in a really negative state, or you can choose to receive this as an opportunity for rest. You can express your feelings about pain. You can release out whatever expletives or whatever you need to do. But then also, Spirit is saying, okay, well, maybe you're going to order some really nice takeout because you can't go too far. Maybe a friend is going to come by with some food to bring with you. Maybe you're going to be stuck in a place or location where you're going to rest, and you're going to catch up with an old friend that if you had not stopped and taken the pause on the journey, you would have never had that chance connection and conversation and calibration with them. Trust in the slowdown and trust in your discernment to know the difference of when is this a divine and soul-driven rest versus when is my anxiety, my inner saboteur, my depression, my imposter syndrome, my self-doubt attempting to fuck me over and get me to slow down and or stop completely. When are they trying to call the shots on the rest and make it not sacred rest? Make it something where it's just like you're just slowing down or you're distracted, but you're not really being rejuvenated. Like, we're all being invited into that level of discernment right now. Because there's a reason why I was given that whole storyline of knowing when the traveler on their journey takes a pause in a town, in a city, that if they had not honored the call for divine rest, they wouldn't have had that divine connection and conversation that is going to lead to blessings that they would not have seen before maybe sending that text or receiving that call. So also, this is a good time to practice your discernment, but if you're receiving invitations, whether for conversations, meetups, meetings, gatherings, and stuff like that, once again, pray on it, breathe into it, lean into it, connect with your guides, practice your discernment. Welcome, love. But if you're getting invitations at this time to connect with others, if it's sparking joy, if it feels super synchronistic, if you notice that you were just thinking about this person or you've had ideas about this person for a while and then somehow a chance thing brings you up into connection where either you're inspired and you take action to reach out or vice versa, lean into that. That could also help share more light, love, and joy to you as you're transmuting and gaining this wisdom in your hermit phase in time. It's like, don't be super cut off. Like I said, it's one thing to have boundaries. It's another thing to have impermeable and harsh barriers. Lean into the difference. Trust yourself. And some of these people are going to be allies that will help you with your plans and focus and how to move forward with grace. There's a reason why you're being called to be graceful right now. It's graceful in your relationships with yourself first and foremost, let alone others. Because if you carry yourself of high integrity, transparency, truth, and authenticity, that's going to be obviously mirrored in your reality more than in your relationships. But you have the potential to really call in some high vibrational allies and partnerships. And I feel like it's going to affect on all levels. But with this Pentacles coming out, this has a chance to really affect you on a physical and financial and environmental level. Now, this is a general reading, so remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, see what comes through for you in the time period ahead, let alone as you analyze what's been going on recently. But let's see which Angels and Ancestors card we're ending at in this row of cards. Just to bring you up to speed, Jeannie, thank you so much for coming through. The first card in the tarot row was the Hermit, number 9. In the middle, we have the 9 of Wands. And the last and third card of the deck was the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck from the Angels and Ancestors deck is the Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. And I have this actually as the start of the row in this reading. So it's this card and then the tarot spread I just showed you. The pop-out card was the Shield Maiden. What does it say? Make plans and focus. And now we're going to see the card we're ending up at from this tarot row. Ooh. Moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Okay. Are we moving towards a full moon? Is that what's coming up next? I think we are, but I'm not too certain, but I think we're moving towards a full moon. Either way. Okay, for those of you who really resonate with like lunar energy and moon cycles and stuff, this is your invitation to really recommit to that. Okay, so if it's a new moon, thank you so much, Jeannie. If we're going closer to new moon, then that really reifies the importance that was coming through earlier about really taking the time to visualize your legacy, making your plans, setting your intentions, and being bold and visionary with them. It's like taking the baby steps, but also allowing the higher visions and dreams and aspirations to stream through. Don't get too caught up or obsessed with the how. That's why it's about just journaling or letting out whatever the baby steps are, the things that come most foreseeably and naturally for the mind that you can do in the short term. But don't get too caught up. It's going to be a step at a time, because what you're channeling is something major and big, especially because it's across ancestral lines. With this moon magic and energy, especially because the main part of the card shows a full moon, is like, I feel like, and obviously that new moon advice I just gave you can really apply to any new moon, and it's worthwhile. I'm really feeling like this moon card really wants me to tap into like manifestation, energy, like things coming full circle, completion of a cycle, especially because of all of that 9 energy that was going down in this reading, or rising up, I should say. Take note of intuitive messages. Yeah. It's important to be in that stillness and connecting with your spirit guides and really balancing your energies. Holding that space, connecting with the higher wisdom, the truth of your soul, the truth of your highest self. They're going to help you navigate through this cycle and come through this karmic completion on the other side at a higher level. But it's very important that you move with grace and that you honor your plan and your higher plans. Do not become distracted by the lower vibrational energies and entities that I rebuked and was calling out earlier in the session. And trust your intuition and practice discernment when it comes to potential conversations and connections with others. And that message was coming up today in the reading I channeled earlier. it's like very important that you're just being very careful with your information, with your truth and your downloads right now. They're very sensitive and sacred conversations that you're having with your spiritual guides, team, and ancestors right now. I'm not saying that you can't tell anyone. It's more so be discerning and selective. And even ask your guides for confirmation if it's something that you can share and with whom. It's like protecting this, because you're coming out of this period of being really raw, of being tired, of rejuvenating, okay? And it's like you are on the path, you're honoring it, you're not giving up, you're willing to keep going forward, so I want to honor you for that. But it's like this latest round of ascension, calibration, healing, shadow work, integration, medicine work, leveling up, whatever you want to call it, however you are identifying with this chapter that's coming to a close in this transitional integration period you're in. Like, Spirit is like, hold tight, don't give up, be selective and discerning, because not everybody is meant to go with you in this next chapter and cycle. Not everybody is meant to go with you to the next place, and you may have to love them from a distance and let them go. But it's like, don't be so caught up with the past. Like, don't be so caught up with what's behind. Don't let other people distract you from the wisdom of your soul, the light of your soul, the truth of your soul. Because the right people, as you're, like when I was channeling this Three of Pentacles card, walking in your faith, honoring your wisdom, honoring your spirit, as you do that, you're going to naturally call in and attract people of a higher vibration and who are more on the same wavelength as you. You're going to attract a newer and higher vibe tribe, and you're going to come together in divine shared soul missions and impact. Don't hold on to the shit that does not serve you, and have trust. And then for some of y'all who are being called and invited to step up and level up in leadership, I was just drawn to focus on the character in the card who's doing the building. I just heard the phrase, like, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. Master Builder number 22. If you build it, they will come. Some of you are thinking about building a container. You're thinking about building something that will gather people, that will connect them possibly through some kind of either spiritual or faith-based or magic or whatever, but something that has elements and principles of faith. Spirit is saying, continue building this. Like, I'm seeing this character as the Three of Pentacles, like this builder, but I'm also getting flashes of the Eight of Pentacles. Continue working on your mastery, your artisanship. Keep building this container. Keep nourishing this idea. And through discernment, setting the intention, asking your ancestors and your guides to bless you with divine relationships and connections, you will manifest the right teammates, the right investors, the right partners, the right collaborators and co-creators to help you with this. But be discerning and make sure you're not letting them defile whatever is the truth of your soul and the purpose of the initiative that you're trying to construct. It's one thing to divinely collaborate and compromise and co-create, right? And go back and forth, like, with the plans in a way that flows, right? But it's another thing when you know you're quote unquote negotiating or collaborating with somebody. It's like, check in and clock, like, is this making me, like, I don't want to say it, like, are you selling out? Or are you settling? You don't want to settle, you don't want to sell out, and you don't want the purity of your mission to be diluted. You are a master builder. Like, the master builder is coming through in this. I'm like getting images of like Jesus starting his ministry, like just Jesus starting out, like just, and Noah building the ark. Like, there's some kind of sacred creation and co-creation some of y'all are being guided to lean into. And you don't have to do it alone, and you're not going to be alone. The thing is, though, you need to take some of these first steps on this physical world and realm to start doing it, start embodying it, start building it. If you don't build it, they won't come. People won't see you. They won't feel you because you're not putting out the vibration it takes to attract them. By not embodying the truth, by not following through with building and implementing your divine purpose, your mission, your soul's truth, you're not living as if. Your vibration's not coming off. It's not being given to the universe. It's not being put out into the environment. People aren't going to know. It's just a fucking thought or idea that's trapped in the mental body. Oh, pardon me, Spirit was going hard on that. And just to emphasize it, and it's not to shade it, it is just to say, it's start embodying it. Apply it. It's going to grow over time. It's going to improve over time. It's going to be refined. It does not need to be perfect. It has to start. You won't receive the abilities, the resources, the guidance and wisdom for refinement and improvement if you don't have anything to refine and improve. Yeah, like I'm getting a sense like for some, it's like with this energy, it's like stop looking at yourself like you're weak. Know the difference. If you're tired, you're tired. If you're exhausted, you're exhausted. But you are not fucking weak. Pardon me, but okay, somebody's hype ancestors or energies are coming through now because now we're going into hype mode. Oh, whoops. It's like you're not fucking weak. Like, I feel like some of these ancestors, pardon me, they're getting really gully right now, but they're just kind of like, cut the shit. Like, you're a fucking badass. Like, look at all of these fucking battles that you've been through, all the darkness that you've walked through, everything that you've already transmuted, integrated, understood up until this point. Like, yeah, you're fucking tired. Like, take that rest. You deserve it. We will support you. Let us fucking help you. Let us calibrate with you. Let us heal you. Let us nourish you. Let the ancestors sit at the table with you. And understand who the fuck you are. You are a master builder. You are a divine co-creator. You are a divine sovereign being. You are a battle-ready and experienced, battle-worn individual. You know how to attack and defend, shield and protect, lead and fall back. Being graceful in this movement and action, you have all the balance and recipes and ingredients there. You have the power in addition to the sacred stillness. You know when and how to strike from place of balance. You just need to tap into that confidence. And you're only really going to start embodying more and more confidence by actually taking those baby steps to start building this shit. Like, oh, yay, Jeannie, I love that. Okay, I love this. Yes, ask those ancestors and follow through with it because they're giving it to you. They're definitely giving it to you. And they're saying it's like, yeah, like move forward, like honor and set your intentions and plans, but also make that shit happen. Take that aligned and divine and inspired action. It's time. It's time because I feel like what's really going to help close this chapter and that 9 karmic completion energy, what is allowing that and going to make that happen is by you starting to take the steps and embodying that master builder energy. It's like you won't fully close out the last cycle until, and this is for everyone watching, what I'm saying to you, by the way, but you won't, and we won't, fully close this karmic cycle, this 9 energy. It's not going to close out and move into the 10, let alone the next one, if we don't start actually taking the baby steps and living as if we are that divine co-creator, that divine sovereign being, that master builder. It's like I'm getting the sense of, thank you, Spirit, because I'm like, how do I say this without being fucking redundant? It's like, it's the identity shift. We have to go through and embody the identity shift. The transition period is not something where we're just being passive and it's happening around us. It's like, no, we have to go with the transitional period, go with the current, go with the change. We are not passive. We are active. We are active participants, thank you, Spirit, in our own reality. So it's like, if you want to let this past go, if you want to close out these chapters, if you want that shit to be behind you, you got to start building up the new shit, the shit you want, embodying the life you want, living as if, right now, today. What can you do? Somebody brought this question up to me in a coaching session last week, which was so helpful, just to have it reflected. Brought me back into my power, back into my highest self. And it was like, if you were living as Dil Divine, your highest embodied self, what are some of the things they would do during an ideal day? And then the follow-up was like, what can you do right now to embody that? And so for me, part of that has been showing up more consistently online, doing readings, doing energy calibrations, living as if I am that oracle, that energy calibrator, that soul embodiment coach, like living my purpose. Many of these lives, nobody shows up online due to time zone stuff. And I don't give a shit. I'm literally getting to channel timeless messages with spirit, and people will tune in when they're guided to. And it's joyous, and it's of service, and it's me living as if. It's me taking the baby steps to build up my divine mission, honoring my divine purpose, and over time, it's going to attract and manifest people who will pick up on my vibration and be drawn to the channeled wisdom and messages and services that I'm offering. But I have to keep showing up online. I have to put myself out there. I have to make myself known. If I'm just stuck on stupid and weakness, like over here, behind the veil, behind the scenes, how the fuck is anybody gonna get my light? In a healthy way. Like, I do have boundaries, don't get it twisted. But you know what I mean? It's like, and you see me, I'm not here every single day either. I'm not forcing it. I'm growing into it. So there are days and times where I need to rest and rejuvenate. There's days and times in which I'm spending my time with my friends locally with the time that we have left before we all have to go our separate ways and prepare to leave India. Like, we all have to flex. You all have responsibilities, commitments, joyous activities, plans. Like, that's fine. But just continue showing up, taking inspired action, online action. When you feel joyous, and ask spirit to help you. Like, if you ask your ancestors, spirit, highest self, and guides to assist you and guide you, like, trust and believe they will deliver. They've been doing it for me. They've been providing me with the inspiration. They've been helping me follow through with my ideas. They've been helping provide me in time in my schedule to do this. They've been the ones who have been helping me know that, okay, it's like, you don't have to show up for a reading every day. But if you feel inspired to get in front of the camera, go off. Maybe today's a day where you just need to rest and be with your friends. Maybe today's you need to just check emails, respond to messages, and follow up with people. Maybe it's a day where you're not going to be so much on social media because you're meeting with coaching clients, you're meeting with clients for readings or energy calibration, and you got to save your energy and focus for that. They help guide everything. And they remind me that this is another deconditioning thing, especially those of us who had very routine and structure, more conventional 9-to-5 jobs, histories, and or educational experiences in the past, like very regimented and structured. They're helping a lot of us unlearn, especially as we're stepping into our mastery, our divinity, and our uniqueness, and being in a new paradigm of business and sustainability, prosperity, and abundance. Is understanding that we also are being invited to learn new ways of celebrating our success and honoring our progress. The previous system for many of us had us thinking we more or less had to be doing the same types of activities every day, okay, having a certain amount of hours that are met, and if there were days in which we didn't do a little bit of everything on our task list to a satisfactory level, we were conditioned where the next day, the thing that we didn't do, we're automatically feeling guilty about it versus celebrating the stuff that we did do and get done for the priorities we did honor that day. We're so conditioned for lack and scarcity and judgment and feeling behind, feeling late, feeling like we're failing, that we don't honor the activities we take during a given day. Spirit, don't make me lose it. But we don't honor, you know what, I feel like you'll know what I'm saying. It's like we don't honor what we do each, like, within a given day, unless if it's not in this strict, rigid, repetitive routine and cycle and schedule. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm still unlearning, and I'm teaching myself, telling myself, guiding myself that not every day is going to look the same, and that is the dream life that I have manifested and co-created. A life of flow, a life of inspiration, a life of ease, a life where spirit guides me in divine timing on what to do and how to focus, where to direct my energy, what's serving my highest good, the greatest good, and the collective good. Surrendering to that is unlearning a very, very strict, rigid way of being. Now, this is not to say that we do not have schedules, that we do not have practices, that we do not benefit from discipline, and we have responsibilities. Like, I'm not sitting here telling y'all it's like, okay, fuck your entire calendar's life. Like, not at all. It's just about understanding that there is a lot more room for inspiration and flow if we allow it. And to count all of your baby steps, all that you do. If you honor everything that you do with gratitude, you're going to naturally find yourself flowing into do more of the things that you want to do, but also actually serve you. It's like the more we celebrate everything that we do, the more we recognize and we start to naturally prioritize the things that really do serve us, and we follow through with those higher level commitments with ease and with grace and with flow, rather than forcing it through discipline. And I see you and I honor you, love. Pardon me for being delayed on that message. I appreciate you so much. And I want to see what the bottom of the deck for the tarot is. Wow. I was thinking about this card. Okay, Spirit. So bottom of the deck for this tarot card reading, for the overall reading thus far, we have the Fool, 0, the very start of the major arcana, the start of the tarot, the start of the journey. This is, I literally was talking about before, was I not talking about before? Saying that it's the pause, it's the taking the step back. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said what I said. Taking the step back before you make the leap. I dead ass said that in this reading. Somebody like confirm it in the comments below on the replay when it happens. Like, because it's like your leap is coming. The leap of faith, baby. Like, you're, oh, yes, Spirit. Thank you. I love you so much. This one even says, good friends. Good friends. Those relationships and connections, the high vibe tribe coming in. Happiness, needing to take a giant leap forward. It's like you are closing up this cycle, integrating the wisdom, learning all of the lessons, applying this alchemy and magic, working with your ancestors to do this across time and space, sharing the healing, the wisdom, the love and vibrations with them. It's like y'all are in this divine exchange, balance and flow, which I talked about in the beginning. And it's like you're doing all the integration, and that's why Spirit is saying, go forward, leap into the new life. You've got, oh my God, are you fucking me? I love this part of it. It was sitting on top of the Wheel of Fortune, y'all. The 10. The Fool was sitting on top of the 10. The change of seasons. The next cycle. What was I saying? Pardon me for shaking this so violently. I'm just getting really, really hyped. Like, lit. Like, ooh. Hopefully I'm not being too loud. It's like, but this is the Fool. Like, literally, jump. Like, use your discernment first. Get balanced and calibrated first. Like, don't be coming doing something when you're looking like this punk ass energy. No shade, no rudeness. I don't know why I'm getting that though. I feel like Spirit's being a little bit sassy. But it's like, make sure you're like really doing this from a calibrated energy state. There's always an element of trust. There may be an element of fear. Feeling the uncertainty, the unknown. Spirit is saying your path is divinely guided. And it's just like, and you, even though there's this leap of faith energy, here's the gag. This is what I'm getting. Spirit is acknowledging this leap of faith energy because it's like, a whole new world is before you. And I think some of y'all are a little bit scared, which is normal. However, it doesn't even need to be that deep or scary in the beginning. Like, that's why Spirit is saying take the baby steps to start building it, living it as if, step by step, day by day. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like, it's more so take the energetic, the emotional, the mental leap of faith, make the decision, make the choice, exercise your sovereignty to live your best life, to move forward in the direction of co-creating your dreams and allowing them to come in, opening yourself up to giving and receiving unconditional love, communication, support, allyship, and resources. And just, even if you, like, because we see homeboy with a hammer, even if you're getting shit nail by nail, bang the nails that you have where they need to be banged. You know what I mean? It's like, hit the hammer as the materials come in, take the baby steps, If right now you only know how to put, I mean, I don't know how to do construction, let's be honest. I'm gonna manifest somebody to help with that. But let's just use Lego bricks. Like, you know, even if I'm just gonna put this brick on this brick. And then the next one is like, ooh, one more. Ooh, one more. Ooh, one more. And it'll start coming in, but you gotta start laying the bricks. And then the right people will start checking what you're doing. Now be discerning, because some people are going to try and see what you're building, and you got to make sure that energy is like worthwhile. Like, especially in the early foundational phases, don't be building your shit like too openly. Like, there's a way in which we can share our truth and be honest, right? While still protecting like our divine creations and honoring our soul's blueprint. Because it's like, even when people have a newborn, right? Like, with the exception of usually the immediate family, the grandparents, the closest aunts and like, you know, nibblings and siblings and da-da-da, you know, usually they keep that circle hella fucking small when that infant is only like X amount of weeks. Like, they're like, I'm not bringing my baby out everywhere. Not that quick, not that soon. Not my child. Like, very that energy, you know what I mean? So it's like, if this is your baby that you're bringing more into the world and you're birthing, or, you know, they're birthed, but they're still this infant, and you've got to like really nourish them and keep them safe. Protect their energy, protect your energy, because you just gave birth, so you also got to rest and rejuvenate, but also protect their energy. Some of y'all, okay, Spirit, some of y'all just gave birth to a project, or probably just pushed, or you're pushing right now, energetically. Maybe for some of y'all literally, but I'm getting energetically. Because we got that 9 months. I don't know why I was supposed to start going like Nicki Minaj with all these bitches and my sons, and I'm always 9 months. But it's like, I feel like some of y'all are either like push, you're being guided to push. Yeah, I feel like you're being guided to push. I feel like you're being guided to push and birth this project. Like, some of this is like labor energy. Like, some of this is like, you can't fight it anymore. Like, don't resist it. It's like, you need to push. You need to, even though this is a leap, but if this is the Fool, if this is your baby, like, you need to actually give birth to the Fool. You need to push the Fool. You need to come and push the Fool off the cliff to get out, about in the world, and be living and thriving. It's like you're carrying this Fool too long. This Fool is taking up too much space in the womb. It hurts. It's like, and I know there's like the fear, but it's just like, push. Spirit is here to midwife it for you. Like, Spirit is here to be your doula. They're here to assist you. They're helping to release this. It's like, you gotta push. You gotta let it go. And you're supported. But quit holding this baby back, because it's like, it's not healthy for you to hold on to it. It's not good. Don't rush it. Take your time. Like, labor takes time. Like, that there is this transitional phase. Oh my God, thank you, Spirit. Yo, the ancestors are on it. It's like, you're in like, it's like this labor state. It's like, this is what this transitional period is, y'all. It's like, we are giving birth. Like, it's like, you're at that phase where you're ending being pregnant, and now we're literally birthing and pushing and bringing the life into the world, but the baby hasn't fully arrived yet. Like, the baby hasn't been fully cleaned up or maybe fully named. But we've got to go through the contractions, feel the expansions, let it go. I mean, people who actually go through literal birth, you can better explain it than me, so pardon my male-bodied, like, botched description, but energetically, this metaphor is really flowing and channeling. It's like, we are in the birth space. This divine project is in the birth canal. But we need to do it. Push it. Wow, that was deep. That was really deep, Spirit. Okay. Alright, so I think, Jeannie, you're the only one here. I think your baby's in the incubator. Nice. Just make sure you continue to nourish it. That's the thing. And just being mindful if it's getting close to time for the baby to come out, because I do believe, at least for a lot of what's coming through right now, is y'all need to push, otherwise, like, yeah, lean into it, because take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But for some, it's don't block your blessings. Don't block your blessings for some, whoever getting this message. Do not deprive yourself of this cycle to come in. Because some of y'all are going to linger in that 9 energy for too long. And then by the time that cycle completes, it's like, nobody can block your blessings. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is meant for you is meant for you. But when we don't honor divine timing and flow with it, it takes a lot longer for that cycle to come back around, especially with ease. But obviously this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because everybody's at a different phase in space. But generally speaking, it's like, this reading is saying like, start embodying, start living as if, start birthing the project, releasing whatever is cooking. Holding it back really isn't serving. And it doesn't, and the thing is like, it's not as if spirit or anyone is expecting like a final product or a fully developed human to be popping out. It's like something that is going to grow and expand over time. But we have to give it the light and air of day, the life force energy. Let it breathe. Otherwise, it's just like, I mean, you're literally going to miss a good cycle because it was like sitting on top of the Wheel of Fortune. And that's good luck. And that's rewards for good karma. So it's like, if you block it, essentially you're telling karma and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, oh, actually, I don't want that, or I'm not ready for that. And it's like, karma's going to be like, oh, so wait, what is your intention then? Oh, okay, so you want to block your blessings? Okay, cool, we can do that. We can totally remove that. Sorry, like, we thought you wanted to be blessed up. We thought you wanted success. We thought you wanted fulfillment. Oh, we thought you wanted collaboration. We thought you wanted friendship. We thought you wanted partnership. Oh, you just want to be on your own? You just want to be in the light and darkness a little bit longer? Okay, great, fine. Totally, take your time. Take your time, it's great. Yeah, you need some more sticks to build up those walls around yourself that you've been leaning on? Sure, take them. Take them. Is that your intention? Take them. We don't give a shit. We're neutral. We just give back what you give us. Oh, pardon me. Spirit is just like, these ancestors are not fucking around. These ancestors are not fucking around. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these ancestors are trying to get their rebirth through this process and come back. Maybe some of these spirit guys are trying to come through and help them in the physical and be like, you need to take these motherfucking steps so I can come and help your ass out. Otherwise, if you keep blocking the blessings, you're not going to get my motherfucking support, at least not as easily. You know? Yes, my spirit guides are often sassy. For sure. My spirit guides are definitely sassy. Because they love to yoke me up. Because, like, remember, I'm resonating with a lot of this, not exclusively, because it's the collective reading, but I'm resonating a lot. And it's like, this is a lot of me talking to me, a lot of me coaching myself as well, and being like, don't you like I'm viewing this as like, do not flake out on showing up, do not flake out on continuing to build these projects, do not flake out on continue moving forward. There we go. Okay, here's a mystical wisdom that popped out. Originality. Oh, well, thank you, Spirit. We have originality. Blaze your own trail, and that was just me also narrating about how my spirit guides are sassy. So originality, blazing your own trail, really ties into the message I channeled earlier, where it's like, do your thing, do your craft, birth your creation, be the master builder. If you build it, they will come. You are in this birthing process of a unique and divine blessing, project, initiative, and it is important that you allow yourself to share it with the world with your authentic light and truth. What you have within you is original. And this doesn't mean like the way I'm getting this, for example, is like, there are many people out there who are just becoming coaches, right? So many of us have just become like certified life coaches, spiritual life coaches, whatever our resonant title is. Like mine is soul embodiment coach. However, every single person has a unique energy, what do you call it, signature, a unique frequency, a unique vibration, a unique personality, a unique way of using their gifts, talents, knowledge, and wisdom. Own your unique voice. That message came out a lot in the reading earlier today. Own your unique voice, your flavor, your creative expression. So even if you're in the same industry or field as someone, whoever the fuck you're doing your competitor research on, clock yourself when you're doing competitor research versus are you engaging in comparisonitis again? Are you doing competitor research from a place of high vibration and excitement about expansion and innovation and things that you're going to do in your way and take what resonates and leave what doesn't? Or are you getting fucked up by comparisonitis and feeling like, maybe I should wait a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm going to let my imposter syndrome just hold me back. Let me default into perfectionism again. No. Spirit's like, be original, take the steps, do your thing. You are growing, you are refining, you will perfect it as you go along. Most of those people you're probably comparing yourself to have either been doing it a little bit longer or they allocated a bit more time to it, got a little bit more resources. We don't even know what the situation is, but who gives a fuck what the situation is? Just because of where they're at in this moment, like, even with finances, what is the phrase? Past performance does not guarantee future results. Like, when you're looking at what someone else has done, it's already in the past. It's been done. It has no power or control over you and your flavor and your originality unless you give your power away, unless you choose to sleep and downplay your sovereignty. Do your thing. Share your voice. And it doesn't have to be the biggest action yet. Like, Spirit understands you. We are in this transitional phase. We are birthing the infant project or baby. You know, so it's all going to look a little bit different. But birth it. Push. Release. Breathe life and love into it. Get it out of the idea phase. Get it out of just the energetic body. It's like embody it. Embody it. Embody it. That is the invitation. That is what your guides want you to do. They're just so here to support it, and it's just like they have so much faith and courage in you, and it's just like, do not sleep on yourself right now. Like, just don't. Where's the bottom of the deck for this one? Memories. Cherish memories of loved ones. Oh, this is like a perfect card for Samhain and for Halloween. Memories. Cherish memories of loved ones. Alright, so that means Spirit wants me to do the next thing I was thinking about doing. The bottom of the deck, so your ancestors, your guides, your past or loved ones are very close by. Shocker with today's date and the intention of the container, right? I love it. But it's like, I just feel like this really loving, unconditionally loving, nurturing energy that may be really present in your dream state or your daydream state. But they're coming in here to like give you like this nourishing sweetness, this sacred, almost like fertilizer and energy to really like nourish your dreams, your visions, your mission, your impact. It's like allow that love from your ancestors, from your elders, from your loved ones to live on and flow to and through you, right? Like even though our ancestors, our elders are not with us, you know, perhaps on this physical plane anymore. But their love and their energy is here, and it's even more peaceful and unconditionally loving than maybe it was during their physical incarnation. And they're offering that to you alongside their wisdom and support, their allyship. There's a sweetness with this. Oh, and your ancestors, it's like both you and your ancestors have such full lives of cherished memories. Like I'm getting the sense like your ancestors are wanting you to really live that full life. Pardon the glare. I know it's hard. But living that full life, like you can feel the memories over there. It's like, baby, you're not going to have a full life if you hold back. Like, if you don't really embrace these opportunities, if you don't birth these projects, if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't embrace your originality, you won't have all of that vibrant, beautiful color and richness and depth, diversity of experiences, like the sweetness, the inspiration, the creativity. If you don't put yourself out there, if you don't reconnect with the color of the world, like, this is an important time period, yes, but we're not meant to stay here or be locked here or live here forever. No. It's like, let yourself be free. Take the leap of faith to boldly embody your soul, your soul's truth, your soul's purpose to full new levels and heights. Go for it. The cycle is changing. This is manifesting. Your spirit guides are literally guiding the way. They're sending you messages. They're sending you downloads. They're sending you activations. And the more you request it and invite it and allow it, the more it happens. I just feel like there's such a possibility for like waves of abundance, prosperity, and fulfillment to truly wash over you, possibly even reset your whole world, but for the better. But you've got to honor the authenticity of your soul, the truth of your soul, the uniqueness of your soul, the mission of your soul, and the purpose of your soul. And cherish memories of loved ones. Like, I also feel like it's important, it's like, focus on memories that you can cherish. If it does not serve you, that's why we did that violet flame transmutation and clearing in the beginning. It's like, let go of things that do not serve, that hold you back, that have you playing it small. Donezo with that. Focus on the unconditionally loving energy, the memories that inspire, the memories that attune you to gratitude and joy, and then be ready to take the leap and go and create new memories. Add to the beautiful tapestry, not only of your life, but also of your ancestral line, of this divine lineage and history that you are contributing to, that you are a part of. But you can't do that if you hold yourself back, if you hold your co-creations back, your ideas, your projects, your mission. We are in a transitional phase, and I opened with that in the beginning. We are in a transitional phase, but that does not mean we are in a very basic or stasis-driven waiting period by any means. No, we're supposed to be active participants in this transitional phase. Yes. Okay, y'all. I'm getting a little bit tired because I've been channeling for a while, probably. However, for those of y'all who are still here, if you're still with me, because I see, at least on my live counter, it says 2 people, folks, I am open to pulling an Oracle Wisdom card for you, just to do a little channeled message. Now, I haven't worked with this deck much, so this is where it can get creative, but I do have a Talking to Heaven deck. So if there's wisdom that maybe you would like to receive from more recent elders, passed on loved ones, like those you identify with as being in, and even if you don't believe in heaven conventionally, but wherever you believe our ancestors, our elders pass on to, for those who resonate with it. If you'd like to receive a message from that side of things using this deck, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, if you want an oracle message from the Mystical Wisdom guidebook, the one that had the originality card and the cherished memories card, you can let me know that. Or I can pull you a card from the Angels and Ancestors deck. So who's still with me, if you can hear me and you're still present, and who would like an oracle pull? I'll shuffle these cards. Oh, did everybody leave? Or maybe people are like driving or transporting. Okay, so then what I'll do is, before I get ready to close that, I'm going to invite y'all who are still with me or tuning in. Okay, here we go. Just got the message. I love an Angels and Ancestors. Okay, Genie. Perfect timing. Alright, so I'm going to leave out the Shaolin Master and Shield Maiden just because they were part of the main reading. Dear Spirit Guides across all time and space, spiritual guides, team, ancestors and allies, highest self of Genie, as well as myself, all the guides present that were invoked at the beginning, opening of this container. Please be with us now to and through unconditional love, light, pure source energy. And dear ancestors and angels of Genie, highest self of Genie, guides of Genie, please grant me An oracle wisdom card and download for her at this time. Ooh, that was fast. That was fast. That was instantaneous. Right out the bat. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. And then once I saw that, I instantly was like, drop your shields. Drop your shields. This Guardian has so much amazing blue and green color, but very much playing into that peacock headdress. When I think of peacocks, I think of regality, I think of royalty, I think of abundance. Very abundant creature, I love peacocks. With the Protection Guardian saying drop your shields, and also showing this open palm. A palm with that beaded jewel in the center, which is to me a clear reference to our heart chakra, because our hand chakras are connected to our heart chakras. Dropping your shields, dropping those harsh barriers that I was talking about. It's like separating between healthy boundaries versus harsh barriers and getting real with ourselves about it. Is like your Protection Guardians are giving a couple messages. One, surrender more to your ancestors, or these are invitations, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Your guardians are inviting you to give more and more of your fears, concerns, and problems to them and allow them to protect you and to believe in your protection. Invite them in, make the request, and then surrender. Believe it. You're being elevated and called into a next level of faith. They're wanting you to drop your shields, the barriers, the boundaries, those 9 of Wands, and be able, you can still, like even this Protection Guardian is modeling, she still has her shield, she still has her protection, but it's lowered, and she's leading with an open palm of love, of peace, of friendliness, of connection, as well as seeing people through the eyes of love. And it's almost like the hand, the palm chakra, like with the heart, is also functioning as like another version of the eye. Like, you know, everything's connected, but these are the messages that are really coming through. It's like if you're all shielded up and protected and cut off from people and things, yeah, if you're cut off and protected, then you're not going to receive that abundance and love, and no one's going to appreciate you for the peacock, the regal being, the colorful being, the beautiful, abundant, bright being that you are. If those shields are raised up, if those barriers are too strong and too forceful, it's time to let it go. Or at least that's the invitation, is to let it go and carry yourself forward, knowing that you are protected, believing that you are protected, allowing your guides to protect you. Like, there's a way in which we can move forward in which we look like the character on this card, like clearly like perturbed, guarded, wounded, hurt. There's a way in which we can move forward on the path versus there's a way in which we can walk forward with confidence, with our divine anointment, with knowing our power and having our resources, adorning ourselves properly. So it's like, whether that means carrying yourself as like a sacred empress, a queen, a king, a sovereign, or even a sacred holy warrior. It's like there's a way in which, because even look at Homegirl, she doesn't look menacing, she doesn't look angry, she doesn't look attacking. She looks ready though. She looks, don't try her, don't mess with her. But even with the Shaolin Master, who also said from the very beginning, be graceful in movement and action, peaceful, calm, knowing when to strike, when to move, how to flow, balancing masculine and feminine energy. Your Protection Guardian has your back. Has your back. Bottom of the deck, that where we stopped off for this one, I'll give you this as well. We have Sky Father, trust in the unknown. And we have the lightning, the eagle, and the Sky Father, giving like imagery of Zeus. But the Sky Father is like the divine masculine counterpart to the Earth Mother, particularly in this deck. So this one says trust in the universe. This is why I'm saying it's like you're being invited to walk in a higher level, the next level of faith. And your guides are asking you to drop your shields because they want, I feel like this is an invitation where it's like, how do I say this, Spirit? if you cling on to defenses and harsh barriers and things that may have gotten you to this point, it's not going to help you get to the next point. Even if I think about these 9 wands as burdens, because the 10 of wands is about like releasing the burdens and letting them go and being in the final stretch. It's like if you carry all this shit with you, it's slowing you down and it's blocking your blessings. And that message was coming through before, even with the collective. You can see this one saying drop your shields, and you can replace this with excess wands, right? Building off of that 9 of wands cards. It's like drop those unnecessary wands, drop the things that do not serve you, let it go. You are divinely protected, and you'd be fine with just, like the Hermit even chose, you'll be fine with just the 1 wand. You don't need 8 more layers around you. Walking in faith is believing in that we are divinely covered and protected, allowing our ancestors, angels, guardians, guides, highest self to be our cover, to be our shield, to be our sword, to be our protection. We walk forward in love, in the truth of our heart, in the truth of our soul, and that is what we lead with. Even when we extend our hand, that is what we lead with. That is how we greet others. That is how we welcome others. That is how we connect with others. That is how we collaborate and solemnize unions with others. And trusting in the fact that you have divine discernment, because you have divine protection, you have these allies, you have these guides. And leverage the energy and invitation of the Sky Father, not only to elevate in your truth and trusting in the universe and source, but also connecting with that higher wisdom and the eagle power animal. The eagle represents zooming out higher perspectives, higher wisdom, higher truths, right? Like this eagle represents getting a bigger picture, a bigger perspective. It's like, oh wow, and this is sitting on top of the medicine guardian, which is like Archangel Raphael energy of be open to healing information. So you have a protection guardian, you have the medicine guardian who's doing the deep healing and rejuvenation. So this is, to me, this is just confirming the walking in faith and taking the baby steps forward and living as if, and embodying your purpose and embodying your truth and birthing this project. Trust in the universe to take the leap of faith, to go with the cycle changing that will be in your favor if you allow it and birth what is supposed to be birthed. If you take the step and you take the leap, if you jump, if you take the baby steps to build it, they will come. It will be refined and perfected over time. You're being healed. You're being protected. You're being guided. And with this quickness, with this lightning, and that was a big message that and theme that was coming up in the readings of this weekend I did earlier, is like things can change in the blink of an eye. The good things, the illumination, the clarity can come in with a rumble of thunder followed by that crack of lightning. But if you're overly sequestered or distracted by these things of the past or these other wands, oh yeah, be safe, be safe, be safe. Saying that because you're driving, so I'm just like, be safe, love you, sending you so much protection, like protection guardian, please, 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 be on overtime. But yeah, it's like this thing with the Sky Father, it's like, so, also with this electricity, because that did come through in the readings earlier this weekend, and this theme seems to be running, it would make sense that it's running into this one as well, but like with this energy, it's like this electrical current, this divine masculine power and energy. It's like harvesting it, because you're also being guided to act. Like it's being guided to take action, being guided to take the baby steps to move forward with your plans, to focus on them, and not just get stuck in a planning phase. It's not just about sitting in stillness and passivity forever. It is like, no, it's like make a plan, take a baby step, reconnect with the plan, analyze it, review it, build upon it. It like the invitation is to embody, 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 embody. It's like have more faith in the unknown, because for every reason that your mind attempts to give you as to why not to do something, as to wait to do something, this, that, and the third, that is Like, that is like almost the same energy of fear, of like false evidence appearing real. It's like the mind is also trying to talk about shit that hasn't happened yet. So as great of a job as it's doing of trying to like slow everything down and point out all the reasons why things can't come into fruition, your spirit, your soul, the Sky Father, the Protection Guardian, the Medicine Guardian, the Shield Maiden, the Shaolin Master, all of your guides, the ancestors, your highest self, your soul, are sitting here calibrating you to all the reasons how and why this could work out. Or better. If you follow their directions, if you go in the direction of your spirit, you're going to get what you want, or better. Like, that is the beauty of our soul. That is the beauty and truth of abundance, of being blessed and honoring it, is we get what we want, or better. And you set that intention, give it to the universe, and believe in it. Like, you can change it for whatever resonates for you, but God's promises don't come back void. God's checks don't bounce. The universe's checks don't bounce. The universe doesn't, like, lie to us. Like, the universe, no. We, with our own wavy vibrations and situations and traumas and things that we're transmuting and learning from and perfecting our manifestational journey, like, we can block our blessings or we can mess it up, but the universe doesn't lie. The universe isn't sitting here denying us our wholeness or our truth. So, all right, that's what I want to say on that. I'm going to close before I get too tired, but I'm going to pull a card from the Talking to Heaven one. And this deck, I'm just going to see what messages of support are coming in from our more recent ancestors and loved ones who have passed on. What is a way in which we can receive your wisdom, blessings and grace more than we already have in this reading, Spirit? What is a final message that we can receive for the collective, for this Samhain, for this Halloween? And after I do this, I'll just kind of seal us off, you know, with a closing gratitude invocation, sealing up the energy rays. Thank you, Spirit. We have one more from you, one more from heaven, one more from the loving, unconditionally loving, pure source divine, your ancestors and elders. Please come through for the collective. And I thank you all for reading and listening, or reading, but listening, staying tuned. I know this was a very long channeled one. I don't even know how long it was. I mean, I don't care because it's a holiday and I'm having fun. But I thank you all so much for tuning in because your presence is everything at any time that you're doing this. Ooh, love this. Okay, so we got some tooth. Okay, so first one that popped out. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. And the pieces of the puzzle are soon coming together. So for some of y'all who are closing out these very tough and rough karmic cycles, this 9 energy, and it's been painful, and I'm not ignoring it. Like, I was even talking about the shadow work earlier during the reading. It's like, it may not make sense, and it's not to minimize or emotionally dismiss any fucked up shit that anyone has been through. Let me really honor that and state that. Spirit is also believing in you. Is it guiding you? Look at this. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's one of these things where nobody's trying to bypass or minimize the past. It is about you allowing yourself to embody being a sovereign being and choosing better for your life and taking the baby steps forward in that direction. Because the puzzle pieces are coming together divinely. It's just, you've got to believe in yourself and live as if. Take the steps. Live your best life now. Live as if. Embody your dream life more and more day by day. Take the action you feel inspired and guided to. For this one, and I love the unicorn, this is really an important symbol about honoring your soul purpose, truth, and mission, because unicorns really deal with soul missions and our service goals. And our soul's purposes naturally have some level of service impact, or at least impact for the collective. It looks very different for everyone's unique path, but honoring the soul usually leads to the promotion and co-creation and sharing and practice of unconditional love and making this world a better place and raising the vibration through whatever our various niche or field industry focus may be. Yay, I'm so glad you loved it, boo. I'm so thankful. But here we see this unicorn. So soul mission, 7th dimensional energies coming through to support with the ancestors and your guides. And it says, as a soul, I can be in several places at once. And the bottom of the deck energy where it landed was, I am learning over here. So whoever your guides are, your spirit guides and your ancestors that are helping you, I really love this message to close with. As y'all are leveling up and moving forward on your path and being that master builder and doing this ancestral healing across time and space, like you living your best life, you improving, you expanding, you increasing your wisdom and discernment, you're essentially helping your entire lineage and ancestors and spiritual team across time and space. Like they're mirroring you. Y'all are in it together. It's like the more you learn and expand and set the intention for it, the more they're doing it. Like I feel like your guides are basically saying, I can help you the more you call me in to your world on this physical level and plane. I've got your back. Allow me to. And also, like, let's just say, like, I'm getting this image of, like, you're calling your soul guide in while you're working on your craft and your project. And, you know, you're doing your studies, you're figuring things out, you're brainstorming. And you can call in your spirit guide to be with you and just be like, please guide me, please help me, please give me the strength, give me the joy, give me the focus, whatever. Give me the wisdom and talent. And then your spirit guide is over there in like the spiritual library of unlimited knowledge, the Akashic records, basically downloading this shit into your book. Like, they're like, okay, we gotta help. Like, let's get this information, let's send it to them, write it in their Akash, come on. Like, I feel as though the more you expand with your soul's embodiment, it's being paralleled by your loved ones on the other side. Like true, major ancestral and intergenerational healing. Like, this is a beautiful message and a combination. Ooh, I'm like buzzing with energy. That's a good sign. So with that collective, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just going to close this out. Taking some deep breaths of gratitude. I invite you to join me with this if you're still watching and tuning in, just so we can seal this container. I invite you just to reconnect, if you haven't already, with that violet flame of transmutation, that 7th ray of healing. Setting the intention to receive all of the relevant wisdom and downloads and activations that came through, as well as calibrations and healings that came through this session today that resonate with you, and releasing, letting go of what does not serve you, what does not resonate, not forcing any fit. Allowing all of this unconditional love and alchemy to flow to and through you, in addition to all of your ancestors, loved ones, past on loved ones, family, friends and guides across all time, space, and distance. And may we please, Violet Ray and Flame, Ascended Master Saint Germain, Lady Portia, Lady Faith, Lady Amethyst, Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Zadkiel, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Team, please seal in the blessings of this beautiful Samhain celebration. Seal in the blessings of this session. Thank you for allowing me to serve. I appreciate you so much, and I pray that we all, the collective, are blessed up, protected, and guided through this transitional phase with unconditional love, nourishment, support, and clear direction. A woman, Afem, Amen, Aho, Ashe, Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, loves, I want to thank you so much for bearing with me. And remember, this is a timeless transmission, so it's relevant whenever you watch it, but it was amazing to connect with the ancestors, and I thank you so much for allowing me into your energetic field, aura, truth, and connecting with your guides and ancestors as well. I love you, and I appreciate you, and I wish you all an abundant night. I'll talk to you soon.